Hello, everybody. This is Tyler Nagata from Games Radar, and joining me today is Jimmy Soga from Xseed Games, and we're taking a look at Sumioni for the PlayStation Vita. So Jimmy, can you paint me a picture, if you will, of Sumioni and what we're looking at here?
Wow, that was clever, man.
I do what I can.
Did not expect that. So Sumioni Demon Art, it takes place in an alternate reality of ancient Japan. As you can see, everything is drawn in this beautiful lust world of traditional Japanese ink art, which is called sumie. And not only can you watch it in the beautiful screen and everything, but you can actually draw within it. So you interact with it by drawing stuff on the touchpad itself. You can draw platforms that you can ride on. Mm-hmm. As you can see on the screen right now, my colleague Brittany just summoned a phoenix-like Sumi God, which will aid you. And all these will take place because on the left-hand top you see a green bar, which is his health level, and on the white level that's his ink gauge. Every time he uses any kind of ink magic or ink spell, that'll start depleting, and that'll determine how much stuff that you can do. After this next stage, I can explain more.
Definitely is a game that does not seem shy at all about making full use of some of the PS Vita's touchscreen capabilities, and on the touchscreen and on the back as well.
Yes. So one of the ways to rejuvenate your ink is when you use ink, you see it deplete a little bit, but when you rub the back panel of the PS Vita, you'll see a little thing coming up on the right-hand corner. That's the ink itself. When you make ink in the traditional ink,
sort of an ink stone,
yeah,
perhaps?
Thank you.
Yeah.
You use that to produce ink. So anytime you're doing that, that's how you refill your ink gauge back up. However, you can only refill it when you're stationary, meaning you can't be attacking anybody. So you have to kind of strategically pace yourself and not refill it all at once, or try to find a safe place. There's different things that you can do with the ink brush itself. You can, like you already saw, you can draw platformers. You can call upon two types of Sumi gods. Right now, she just called upon a lion type, and the other one was a phoenix type that you saw. Both attributes. So basically, the attribute is one for more on the aerial assault, and the lion is more for a ground assault. He's about to do a massive laser beam. So they're very, very powerful. They do suck up a lot of your ink gauge, but yeah, they're totally worth it. The other stuff is you can produce fire, you can produce lightning, clouds, mist, and depending on if you use the water brush, which is like a little blue icon that you see in the corner of the screen, if you use that, you'll be able to erase anything that you drew or take out the fire, and by doing so you produce some mist that attack the enemies, or if you try to erase a storm cloud with it, it'll distribute more lightning bolts around the enemies.
Kind of interesting too that when you use those sort of jutsus to summon these creatures, that it's not just the shape you're mimicking on the screen, but also kind of the stroke order too. Mm-hmm. You got to follow that pattern.
So basic shape of what you're supposed to draw is always the same. It's just the stroke pattern, like you said, is different. So you have to follow the lead, and if you're the more on the path that you are, the longer the Sumi God will be on the screen as well. So if you do it more precisely, they'll be able to help you for a long period of time. After each stage, you'll see like a little result of how well you did, and that, depending on that, the stage will actually branch out. So there's multiple stages branching, and there's multiple ending as well. So it's not like a really linear story that you fight and you try to defeat the last guy. Depending on how you go, there's a lot of bad endings and good endings, and you get to actually see the main character develop as a character within those story branches as well.
Nice. I think this level is kind of interesting in that you have this person kind of chasing you all the way. And it kind of shows off more of the platforming elements and the quick action to build those sorts of bridges and things to get over these obstacles coming at you.
Definitely. Basically, there's 3 different types of gameplay. One is from going to point A and point B, and usually at the point B, there's like a middle boss, usually like a castle or fortress that you need to defeat to go to the next level. There's also the one that, like right now, it's not really time, but basically there's something chasing after you, and you need to get through as quickly as possible. And the other one is sort of like a survival mode. There's a certain amount of time limit that you have, and there's a horde of enemies just coming at you, and you just have to utilize your skills of the ink skills as well as your just action skills to get through that stage alive.
I remember when I first saw video footage of this game, I remember thinking and being a little worried and wondering if maybe it would feel a little too hectic to be trying to platform while at the same time drawing these shapes on the screen. But I don't know, from what I've seen so far, it seems like, you know, you pause it and you do your thing, and then you jump right back in, and it seems pretty seamless.
It is pretty seamless, yes, but it does get hectic as well, because you are controlling the main character, and you need to draw the platform to get to the places that you need to get to, and all in the while you're trying to, when you summon a character or when you're using a natural event like fire or lightning, you can actually pause it and then create it, but when you're refilling your ink, you need to do that while the game is playing or live time. So it does get pretty hectic at the end, especially when it's like survival mode, when there's like a horde of enemies and like traps coming at you. So for action fan, yeah, you'll definitely get your kick out of it.
I love the backgrounds.
It is quite visual.
It looks great.
Oh, and another thing, when you're on the platform that you drew, you'll see your main character glowing a little bit, and the longer he is, the glow will be more intensified, and at the end he'll be sort of like burning. There's like a red glow around him. That just means that the longer you're on the platform, you get stronger. So it's best to use like a boss battle scene. Try to utilize it as much as possible so you can do more powerful blows. This is one of the survival modes that I was talking about. This one's a minute, but basically you're in this confined space and there'll be a lot of enemies coming at you, so you just have to utilize your skills to stay alive.
In general, I feel like I love survival modes.
Awesome.
A nice nighttime scene.
So yeah, as you can see, it gets pretty hectic.
And this, just to clarify, this is going to be a download game?
Right now, yeah, we're looking at a download only PSV. Probably launch around, not around, but in March.
Well, very exciting stuff. Thank you for joining us. This was Sumioni for the PlayStation Vita, and come back to Games Radar for more news, previews, reviews, and features. Thanks for watching, guys.